certainly be higher than that.
Doc, I'm speaking to you as a television consumer. For me, in my house, we only watch Channel 1 TV. We are from the Bantama constituency. Unfortunately, EC has not allowed Channel 1 TV access to the Coalition Center in Bantama. How do we, as viewers, know the results of Bantama? Again, don't forget that these media houses are competitors. Even though we collaborate, we are also competitors. So how do you decide which stations are the first 8 to be chosen to go to the coalition and which ones do not get the chance to go? That's the question. I want to add that and explain.
And I mentioned that we'll be working with our district officers.
Yes, but how would they arrive? How would they arrive at that? Are you going to ballot? Are you going to ballot and choose the top 8? Or
no? I made the point that we've given the general guideline. The rest of the details we are going to engage our officers on it. Sasana, we shouldn't forget that in the past, other TV stations will pick the feed from others, and those are done everywhere. So I think that if Channel 1, for example, you may be able to cover the coalition in, let's say, 20 constituencies, others are also going to get the feed from you, or they may, based on what you have done, they will be also.
Doc, it doesn't work like that. On election day, we are all competing for the same audience.
Everyone wants to be at the source.
I'm sure you know that. I mean, as someone who has been in the media space for many years, I'm sure you know how this works.
If we don't limit, you know, in some constituencies we may end up getting about 100 media houses.
And so, what is the problem with that?
No, but we cannot have all of them.
No, Doc. In 1992, we decided that the media was free and independent, and we guaranteed it in the Constitution. And we said that the media are free to do their work. For the first time, yes. You in the practice of this Constitution, you are saying that you are limiting the performance of the work of a journalist, which is guaranteed in the Constitution.
We are not limiting. What we are saying is that to be able to manage these places very well, to be able to manage and ensure safety, sanity of all the environment, the safety of all the persons who are going to be at the coalition center.
How are journalists and safety? How are you raising issues of safety when you're discussing journalists? I don't get it. You're discussing safety and you're mentioning...
We are going to have international observers.
Uh-huh.
We are going to have domestic observers.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to have other partners who are going to be at the coalition center. We are going to have EC officials.
We have always had these people,
security personnel.
We have always had them.
Always had.
In fact, in 2020,
we are not giving...
in 2020, the ballot paper had 12 people on it, which means you had 12 agents. And for your excuse that there will be many agents for the candidate.
Agents for the presidential, the parliamentary also
no problem.
Have agents.
I'm just saying that the difference between 2020 and 2024 is just one. We have 13. In fact, God has removed one of the candidates, so we actually have 12. So how do you then use the number of agents and crowding as a reason? If it is going to be a crowded place, let the thing happen in a school park. Let it happen at a central market location. Let the media perch wherever they want to perch and film whatever they want to film. But respectfully said, I do not think this is something that you should be.
Commission has some requirements for a place to be qualified as a coalition center. So, for example, a school park, some of these places, they don't qualify. We have our criteria we use, and the criteria will not allow you to use a school park. You need a place that is well fenced, that will meet certain standards. So on the basis of that, we came to the conclusion that if this is what we are using, or these are the places we are using as coalition centers, then we need to also look at the numbers. And there's a reason why of all the people who will be at the coalition center, only the media has been given this large number. Observers, most of them will be given one observer per organization. Political parties, who many people think they are the main stakeholders, presidential candidate, one person, parliamentary candidate, one person. So we think that the 8 at the constituency coalition center is appropriate. And we know that the work of the media is such that Citi FM will be reporting and others will be tapping into and getting information from what you are doing.
Very well. Finally, before you go, there's a story on our website. CSOs expressed disappointment over EC's refusal to grant accreditation. The story says that the coalition of civil society organizations involved in election observation led by the Center for Conflict Resolution, Ghana, CENCO, has expressed disappointment over the Electoral Commission's refusal to grant them accreditation to monitor the upcoming elections. Do you know this story? Can you respond to it?
No, we've heard it, but Mr. Sanda, accreditation to observe the election is not automatic. We have our team in place. They will assess the organization in terms of your research, your experience in terms of your previous election observation. And this year we had a number of organizations applying to observe the election. So the team looked at it and they made some recommendations. So some people were recommended to be given the opportunity to observe. Others too were not given the opportunity. And we think that all of them must understand. Maybe you can write back to the commission for a reason why you think that you still must be considered. And many other organizations are having, some are having as many as 1,000 observers, some are doing about 4,000, some are doing 200 in that manner. So I think we need to understand that to observe the elections is not automatic. Even the media, not all media organizations, we have a requirement. You must go through a particular entity. Once you go through that, you qualify. But if you don't do it, you will not be allowed. I think that they should understand, but they can still petition the commission.
Finally, John Mahama, the former president and NDC flag bearer, is accusing you of and you means Electoral Commission, of recruiting 65 NPP members as part of your temporary staff for the December polls in the Gomwa East constituency. Has this come to your attention? What's your response?
No, we haven't heard that. And Sasanda, our work is such that when we finish the training of the officials, we'll give their names and pictures to the political parties. So the political parties will have the opportunity to scrutinize the list. Both MPP and NDC will have the list. All the other parties will be given. Once this is given to them, they should be able to scrutinize. And if you think that this person belongs to Party A or Party B, just raise an objection and the commission will do the needful. With the people we've employed, certainly you are talking of over almost 210,000 Ghanaians. So if you raise the concern that, the EC is doing A, B, C, and D, just provide the evidence to the district officer in that particular constituency, and we will make sure that the right things are done.
Thank you so much for your time and for speaking to us.
My pleasure.
That's Dr. Eric Bosman Asari. He's a deputy chairperson of the Electoral Commission of Ghana. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. We'll be back with more. Please stay.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.